Fructose is the worst part of the sugar molecule. Fructose is also the sweet component of the sugar molecule, but everything in moderation is okay. I'm gonna say it once, I ain't gonna say it no more. Stop fearing fruit. So a lot of my clients, they watch my fruit video or they watch my video about smoothies and now they are fearing fruit. What we're gonna talk about is fructose. Why you need to pay attention to your fructose consumption and what you can do to have your fruit and eat it too.
Hey guys,
My name is Michelle.
Anita, Sarah, Julia, Peyton, Talia,
Jazz. Marquita.
I'm a physique.
Product.
Period. You love to see.
When you are having fruit, unprocessed fruit, and once again, when you process fruit, that means you're pulverizing it, that means you are juicing it to a smoothie, etc. When you're having the unprocessed version of any type of fruit or any type of food, it is at its best state. It's gonna have the most vitamins, it's gonna have the most minerals, and it's gonna have the most fiber into it. What fiber does, it naturally slows down how much glucose or sugar is gonna be released to the system. So you having the orange is totally different from you having simply orange juice. Now, the main reason why it's simply orange juice, even though it has orange in it, is totally different, is because what they did is they took away all the fiber, but they still kept all the things that make orange juice taste amazing. Sugar is a disaccharide, which means what? It's composed of two different things, glucose, and it's composed of fructose. The sweet portion of the fruit, that's the fructose component of the fruit. Glucose is actually a metabolite that your body actually somewhat requires. You say, I'm not gonna eat any carbs again, because as you already know, carbs is nothing but glucose or sugar. Your body's gonna basically convert its own fatty acids into glucose. That's how essential glucose is. But keep that in mind, your body does not need outside carbohydrates. We just as humans prefer to have carbohydrates because it tastes good. But if you said, I'm never gonna eat a carbohydrate ever again, you're gonna live. But there's another component of the sugar molecule, which is fructose. Now, this is the sweet component. This is the thing that makes things taste sweet. Let's think about it. A watermelon naturally got about 7 grams of carbs per serving. Pineapples got 17, 18 grams of carbs per serving. Which fruit do people naturally gravitate to? Watermelon or pineapples? The sweetest fruits possible. And these sweetest fruit got a little bit more fructose in it. So here's the main reason why I tell my clients, if you're gonna have some fruit, please eat it, don't drink it. So when you're having something like honey or having something like agave, that is nothing but straight fructose. It has a little bit of glucose in it, but it's a lot of free fructose. What happened is because it is voided of fiber, your liver is gonna take the brunt of the damage. Now your liver can handle about 6 to 8 grams of fructose. When you're making a waffle, you're not gonna use 2 tablespoons of your syrup. You're gonna pour it on until every single hole in that waffle is filled with syrup. But here's the problem with fructose. The balance is kinda off. So every single time your body needs to create energy, it has to use energy. When it comes to fructose, it's like you're investing into something, but you're not receiving any money back. But not only that, when your body is breaking it down, it's giving your body a signal that, hey, for some odd reason, we're in an energy depleted state. So now we need to store more energy. So if your body needs to store more energy, guess what's gonna do? This extra energy that you give into it, it's gonna store it as fat. Because that's how your body stores energy for a rainy day. If you're somebody that's in the health space, you probably heard of this before, but the only people that had fatty liver disease were alcoholics. Why? Because your body metabolized ethanol, which is alcohol, the same way as fructose. But nowadays, we're seeing a lot of people, regular Americans, non-alcoholics, even kids with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Why? They're receiving too much sugar that their body cannot tolerate and handle. And you know why? It's because when you're getting the processed version of fructose, such as, like I said, maple syrup, such as agave, such as a smoothie, you're taking away all the fiber that your body needs to slow down the absorption of the fructose and glucose. And here's the thing. It's the psychology when it comes to fruit that is the issue. Because we was all taught, oh, fruits and vegetables are healthy. So if you think of fruits and vegetables are healthy, naturally you're thinking, oh, I can swap out my Brussels sprouts for some mangoes. So now people are thinking all fruits are healthy, but they're not categorizing fruit. People are not thinking that, oh, berries is a little bit more healthier than mangoes. Or, oh, watermelon might be a little bit healthier than cherries and grapes. But because we all categorize the fruit into one group, we're just thinking, oh, okay, cool. Instead of me having my popcorn or my Doritos at night, I'm just gonna sit back, give me a bowl of grapes, and I'm gonna snack on these bowl of grapes. And when my bowl is empty, fruits are healthy, I just get another bowl of grapes. But at the end of the day, because that bowl of grapes is totally different from you having some Brussels sprouts or some green beans or some spinach or some kale or some arugula, you are getting naturally a little bit fatter because you're giving your body a signal to become more insulin resistant. So if you keep telling your body to store energy because insulin is high, and insulin is high because you're eating a lot of fruit, then you're always gonna be in a storage state. That's why it is hard for a diabetic to lose weight, because they keep pumping insulin into their body. If you have diabetes, you need to lower your natural insulin levels, right? And you're insulin resistant because your glucose levels is so high, excuse my French, you know what D means, right? That now your cells is not listening to the signal of insulin. If you're a diabetic, what you need to do is lower your insulin levels so your glucose levels can be regulated as well. What causes insulin resistance is you got so much energy built up inside of you and you're not using that energy. Your fat cell is becoming more inflamed. And because your fat cell is becoming more inflamed, because it's too full, it is leaking out free fatty acids into your bloodstream. And because it's leaking free fatty acids or triglycerides or fat into your bloodstream, it makes your cells more insulin resistant. Glucose levels is not really what makes you insulin resistant or make you diabetic. It's the fact that after your glucose levels are so high that your own insulin cannot regulate your own glucose levels, your glucose levels continue to rise, and then it's gonna get to a point that your natural endogenous insulin production can't control your glucose levels. And once that happens, your fat cells are so full of energy, which is fat, to the point that it's leaking free fatty acids into the bloodstream. Main thing that drives insulin resistance, to tie it all back in, is a fatty liver. And the only way you can get a real fatty liver is if you're eating a regular standard American diet, eating a whole lot of refined grains, a lot of refined carbohydrates, a whole lot of sugar, a whole lot of fructose, and a whole lot of alcohol. So is fruit bad for you? No. But is fruit nature's dessert? Yes. So do I want my clients to have fruit? Yes. Do I also want my clients to have fruit seasonally? Yes. You're not supposed to have fruit all year round, and fruit shouldn't be your go-to snack every single day. But if you choose to have some fruit, what I want you to do is actually learn about the fruit that you're consuming. Google or download the app Nutrinix. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link right here. And type in 100G and whatever fruit that you want. So if you want some mangoes, type in 100G mangoes nutrition facts. And it's gonna tell you how much sugar and how much carbs is in this mango. And one thing you're gonna realize, damn, all the fruit that I naturally like, that banana, that plantain, that mangoes, them pineapples, a little bit of apples, that cherries, all of these fruits has way more sugar and carbs in it than berries, watermelon, cantaloupes, honeydew. The fruit that people naturally wouldn't put on their plate when you're at that wedding reception and they got the whole fruit spread. Ignorance is bliss until you're not ignorant anymore. Have fruit within reason, and if you're going to have some fruit, eat it. Don't drink it. Once you pulverize it, once you do it into a smoothie, that is two totally separate things than you actually eating the fruit. You eating an orange is totally different from you drinking simply orange. You squeeze in the orange, and now you're putting about 6 to 7 oranges to fill up a glass, and basically you're drinking 8 glasses of sugar and carbs without the fiber. And now your body is having a hard time metabolizing it, and when your body has a hard time metabolizing anything, you know what we're gonna do? Let's store this fat. What I want you to do is grab a food scale, then put something on it, some type of container on top of the food scale. I want you to zero it out. Whatever fruit that you want, I want you to put it inside this container until it hits 100 grams. Then I want you to Google 100G papayas nutrition facts. That way what you see is what you get. Any fruit has over 15 grams of carbs or sugar per 100 grams, or it's remotely even close to it. That is not an ideal fruit compared to something like, I don't know, berries. The things that I tell my clients to eat. But guess what? A lot of people don't naturally gravitate to the berries. Even though the berries got more antioxidants, more anthocyanins in it, more polyphenols that's gonna help better your body. No food on this earth is bad. It's the dosage of the fruit that you have. Hopefully y'all learned something today. That's your reset tip of the day that's gonna help you stay snatched all the time. Know the summertime. Talk to y'all soon.